Cynthia, hey there. Okay, too broken to be fixed. All right, so tap, post that. That's a good one. No, Cynthia, no. There's no aliens on the moon, at least not in this dimension. Oh, I did it twice. Oh, wow. Oh, today's Q&A. Okay. Okay. ETs on the moon. No, but there's lots of ETs out there. Alrighty. Okay, so today is Q&A, and today's group clearing is too broken to be fixed. Hey Les, welcome. Today is Q&A. Questions and answers. Hey Joanne, welcome. All right. Okay, today is Q&A. Does anybody have any burning questions? Anything anybody wants to talk about, check in about, other than chaos is happening in the world? Is there an inner earth? Okay. What do you mean by inner earth? Like an inner earth where people are living? No. No, not in this dimension. No. You know, there's other, see, the thing is there's other dimensions and universes, many, and there's things happening in different time space. But when we're looking at this space right here, you know, I know there's like in Mount Shasta, a lot of people are claiming that you know, that there's peoples going in, that there's actual civilizations and that type of thing. They're not on this dimension, people. Okay, we got a question here. Let's see. Does the soul, okay, hang on. Okay, that's a good question. Does the soul enter the body during pregnancy or birth? No, it comes in not in the very, very, very beginning. Okay, but it does come in and within a couple of months, you know, some in that time period, 3 months and up to 4 or 5 months, that's when the soul really anchors in. There is still the cord that does connect the soul, because the soul will be claiming that body, and there is a particular you know, body that they're going to take. Okay, so you don't just leave that without some kind of soul connection, you know, just the cording, but the soul will enter the body during the pregnancy, not after birth. It will come during the pregnancy. Okay. And a lot of stuff happens in when you're in the womb, growing, developing. You know, you're picking up all your mother's trauma. You're not knowing whether it's you or not. You're pulling in your mother's energy. This is why people feel like they are their mother, or people say, hey, you're just like your mother, you know. Yeah, that's because. Okay, hang on a second. Let me post this. Then an ant person from the inner earth during a meditation. Was that for real? Yeah, I mean, Cynthia, here's the thing. You know, when you meditate, you know, you're opening yourself up, you're expanding your awareness, your consciousness. You become more able to connect with many species, many peoples, other time and space, other dimensions. So remember this too, okay? You know, the science has proven that there are 12 dimensions overlaying what we are experiencing. So here's our world, here's planet Earth. Well, there's 12 other dimensions that are still same surrounding planet Earth. So yeah, no big deal. You can meet an ant person. You can meet anybody in any of these other dimensions, time and space. So yeah, you did meet an ant person, but it wasn't from this dimension. Okay. Okay, that's cute. I love it. What is the real evolution of humans? Were we engineered by aliens? Okay, aliens were aliens were what brought things to this planet, and there really is what we call the evolution. There really is, and during this whole evolution, there's been other times where civilization has collapsed 6 times. Okay, we evolved. Look at Atlantis. Okay, they friggin' blew themselves up. All right, so highly evolved beings blow themselves up. Okay, look what we're doing. We're not even as evolved as we were when we were, during Atlantis, and even Syrians, and it's like we're destroying things again. I mean, this is what humans do. They destroy stuff, unfortunately. Yeah, but basically, there is an evolution. There really is an evolution of human beings on the planet. If you start tracking back and looking and watching the frequencies over trillions of years, okay, there is an evolution. Things collapse, other things get created, collapse, other things get created, and then you have where we are now, which you can clearly see the evolution of human beings. So there's many species of humans that once were that don't exist anymore, but there were many species of humans way back 300,000 years ago. 400, yeah. So there were many species of humans well over 300,000 years ago. And then, like what they're finding now, they're finding new species, which is a trip, which is cool. But, they're finding them that were further back than what science thought originally. So, yeah, there is evolution. There is alien implantation. We do have aliens coming into other people's bodies. We have lots of stuff in the a lot of the people that are in the politics. Where they've got control. There's a lot of definitely alien stuff happening there, and not good ones. But there's also a major divine plan unfolding, and what we are experiencing is all part of that divine plan. So, it's like just keep showing up, keep facing yourself, do your inner work, because there's nothing else you really can do. You're not going to change the world. You're not going to stop what's happening. And by shining your light, you help wake people up, which is really cool. Okay, hang on. Any truth about Antarctica? And their aliens, ships, etc. Okay, again, people. Okay, again, 12 dimensions overlaying planet Earth. 12. Okay, in any of those 12 dimensions, you can be having different things happening in these other worlds, in these other realms. So, in our dimension, what we see right here, right now, okay, like we live here, we eat here, we are here, okay. In that dimension, are there any alien ships in Antarctica? No, there are not. Not in this dimension, not in this frequency, okay. Now, if we shift our awareness, which we can, you shift your awareness, start looking for and tracking the different dimensions, then there's other things happening in these other dimensions. In fact, this is kind of cool. Yeah, in one of those dimensions, there are planet Earth, humanoid peoples, and they've already discovered alien stuff. It's kind of cool. I can see it very clearly. But again, remember, people, 12 dimensions, 12. Science has proven it. Yeah, and there's actually other things as well. So, okay. Okay. Why do so many spiritual people suddenly go back to religion? That's actually a good question. Why do they? Uh, okay, so as I'm looking at some of the people that were on a spiritual journey, spiritual quest, spiritual, different than religion. When I watch just looking at the different reasons, causes, a lot of these people were already indoctrinated into religious belief systems, and then some were not. But those that do go back, sometimes they have experiences, and those experiences can feel as though you're having um, what I would call like like expanded state of awareness, expanded state of consciousness. So when that happens, people can misunderstand things, like even with near death. Okay, people, if you look at the near death stuff that happens for people, if you really look at it, if you in your tracking, so what happens is people have the body seemingly is dead, but the soul hasn't released the cord. The cord is still connected, so that person is not really leaving the body completely. It hasn't completely snapped that cord that holds the soul to the body, but they go up and they're having experiences. I mean, if you've ever done anything like ecstasy, or there's other heart opening things that people can do, and also in meditations, or going into altered state of consciousness, even using the breath. You can go into states of elation. When you go into these states of elation, you're having experiences of what seems to be like these godlike experiences. Okay. And so this can be happening for people that have been on a spiritual path, and then they think they see Jesus, or they think they see God, or they feel all the love, that frequency of unconditional love that we can all tap into because it's already in us. But this is what happens. They have these experiences, and then they have a mindset that this is what that is, and then they buy into those kinds of beliefs. It's still beliefs, and it's like you don't really know till you die, what's really going on. But, from just dealing with hundreds of thousands of discarnates, sending people into the light, tracking past life, tracking what happens, clearly it's like I can see and sense that when the body does let go, snaps, releases that cord, that it does go. The first thing that actually happens is you face yourself. Okay. That's what really happens. All of your life is in front of you. All the good, the bad, all of it. And then this is where all that regret comes in. And this is also where you want to make amends, or you want to do things differently. And this is where what also helps you to decide what you're going to do in your next incarnations. Okay. So it's like you want to wake up, you want to heal things. You don't want to be, a bad person, and you don't want to be hurting, harm, causing harm. So, I mean, people, there are just so many things that happen. And again, I'm coming back to the people when they leave the body dying. If you really start tracking the stories, everybody has some kind of different experience. Okay, many people who seemingly had a near death where the body seemingly died. Again, the cord was not cut, snapped, so they came back in, but they didn't have experiences like other people. They didn't have like a light came for them. They didn't have any heart opening. They were in darkness. Okay, so it's like there are just hundreds and hundreds and thousands of stories, and they're all a little bit different. None of them are really the same, but people have experiences. When you go into these elated states of awareness, consciousness, you go into expanded states, you are having major heart openings. Okay. And you can feel when you come back in, you can feel all the ego structures coming back and closing back down. So you're no longer in that elated state of great opening. So, we will experience what we do. What? Okay, I'm looking at what Cynthia. What? Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. Yeah, it's louder. It doesn't matter. Okay, so Cynthia saying something here. Okay, yeah, today's clearing is going to be good. It's the Humpty Dumpty syndrome, too broken to be fixed. I know that one. I remember when I felt I was too broken, shattered, broken, fucked up. I remember. Okay, here's another good question. What is this? I've heard you say that no, not everybody. No, not everybody, Cynthia. I've said some people, yeah, there's black holes in some people. And is it a good thing? No, you don't know black hole. That black hole in a person, continues to pull energy. It pulls you into this black hole, okay? So not everybody has black holes. Let's get clear on that, okay? I find them occasionally inside of people. And usually when I find black holes in people, that person's soul energy has been sucked down into that black hole. There can be other creatures, other beings in that black hole, torturing, causing harm, scaring, frightening, whatever. Or you could just be in there in this black void all alone, okay? But basically, we don't want black holes in the body. We also have wormholes coming. There's wormholes. If people have wormholes where they've gone down wormholes in their own physical bodies. You got voids, energetic frequencies of voids where there's just a void energy, and sometimes you're in the void. You guys, there's just so many things that can happen, and so many things that are happening. Yeah. Okay. What is this about the dolphins? What is this? From another planet. Oh, hang on. Are they from another planet? Are dolphins and whales really from another planet? Well, there's a lot of species that actually originate in different planets, but here's the thing. Whales and dolphins are highly evolved beings, like seriously highly evolved. Anybody who knows my good friend William Linville, he's a walk-in, but when he first got here, he would go to the ocean because and go into the waters and swim with the whales and the dolphins and be able to communicate because he could relate to them better than he could humans. Okay, so yes, highly, highly evolved beings, whales and dolphins. All right, see what else down here. Cynthia, where are you getting all this stuff? Yeah, they're very intelligent, highly intelligent. Right. Okay. Yes, dolphin. Yes. Has anybody ever swam with dolphins or the whales? Has anybody swam with them? It's quite. I've had people have major experiences with the dolphins. I've even seen people get healed because what's happening is they're literally. It's almost like they're from Syrian or something. They got their sonar, the frequency that they can hit you with, or the frequencies can actually shift and change, rearrange your whole DNA and rearrange all kinds of structures in you. I've actually seen it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sound healing. All right. I remember. I meant to swim with them. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, they come and they don't come. Sound healing. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I remember way back in my beginning of working with people, early practice in Auburn. There was a lot of sound healing happening, and there was also a lot of toning and things of that nature. It's kind of like when you go into a meditation, or you go into places where you're doing meditations or oming, things of that nature. So you're raising vibration and you're toning, and it all feels really good. And is it actually changing something? Generally not. Usually, in order to have a shift to truly heal something, you have to focus on the energy frequency that's not in harmony, and that energy has to be lifted out or transmuted or shifted. Now, sometimes like the sound, the sound healing, it creates a vibrational frequency. You can get a little bit of movement, but I've not seen real big movement or shifting or changing with sound healing. It doesn't mean it's not a good, fun thing, and doesn't mean it's not something to participate in. It just means don't be looking to have a major transformation using sound healing. All right, here we go. This is a good question. Why so many people are suffering regarding money and have done so many clearing and modalities and still no progress? Okay, well, partly what's happening, okay, just to give you a little info on finances, money, wealth, abundance. Number one, it has to do with your ability to receive. Okay. If you can't receive, if you think you're going to have money coming in, you're delusional. Okay. So the receiving is huge, but you also have things anchored in the subconscious. Now, once you start unraveling, I've seen many people, money issues start to shift and change once we got all the components. It's all the time I see it. Okay. If it's not shifting and changing, all it means is they haven't found all the pieces. You can have in your subconscious beliefs that you don't deserve. You can have unconscious beliefs around money, meaning you might think it's evil, or that only some people get to have money. You can have a belief that it's for others, but not for you. So there's also the undermining and sabotaging your own self. There's other people undermining and sabotaging you. It can be past life. You could have taken oaths and vows. Okay, so you don't know all the things that you have done. Think about this. If you've had hundreds and hundreds of lifetimes, and a lot of those were about survival, if you think you're just going to come in and get a few clearings and everything's going to be hunky-dory, you're delusional, right? So again, when you start understanding how deeply this goes, then you start understanding, oh yeah, okay, well, there are just more things to unravel. Things that you can do, people can do on your own. Start looking at, like when you think about money, feel what happens in your body. Yeah, I can receive $1 million. Oh, what'd you feel? Did you feel like a big open yes, or did you feel a grab, a hold? Okay, your body's going to tell you how open you really are to receive. Until those angst, those energetic resistances, blockages are gone, you're not going to pull in money, or not as much as you would want. It starts to get better, but when you got to find all the pieces in order to unravel. And that's the key. But again, you can all do things. You can write about, like using your non-dominant hand, start writing about money. Money, money, money. How about receiving money, taking money, saying yes to money? What are your beliefs around money? Start unraveling this stuff. Start seeing what your own misperceptions are and your beliefs. And you can start helping yourself to create your own money. Reminding me, so tomorrow, know thyself is beginning. People, I'm telling you, you're going to learn about so much in Know Thyself. You're going to learn how you really are creating your reality. You're going to discover that it's all about you and how potent and powerful you actually are, and the depth of unraveling that what needs to happen. So sometimes there's clearings, but there's definitely everyone gets an opportunity to be focused on and worked with, and helping them to see where their blind spots are, where they don't understand things. So Know Thyself happening tomorrow. You might want to get in on that. Clearings, some of my fitting to me. Okay, hang on. Yeah, okay, so Steve's asking about clearings for money. Okay, yes, we have a lot. And Cynthia, actually, right here, I'll put Cynthia's up here too. We have a lot of stuff around money. Simply because, like I was just saying, if you have a belief that you don't deserve, if you have a belief that you caused harm and you're going to be punished for all eternity, you're not going to receive money. If you have a belief that money is evil, you're not going to let it in. If you have any kind of belief, I'm telling you, people, you have no clue how deep an unraveling is and how many pieces of unconscious misperceptions and beliefs and conclusions are interfering with your joy and happiness. So, yeah, I don't know if we're doing any live ones on money, any recent ones for money. Yeah. Okay. So I have a question, Steve. When you listen to these, are you actually calling me in? Okay. This is another thing. When you call, this is what I was shown when I started doing these clearings back in 2010. I was shown got direct knowing, have people call your higher levels in, call in your energy, your consciousness, and then you're working with the person. So this is how it works the best. Call me in. If you haven't been doing that, you might want to try it. Cool. And then too, sometimes if you're not getting the results, because sometimes like in group clearings, people, it's a group clearing. I'm not focusing on one person. I'm not going deep into one person's subconscious and tracking everything that is in in your subconscious. Oh, fuck. Cynthia. Oh, you know about that because I told you. So Cynthia's asking about White Walkers. Just so you all know, I'm in New Mexico. I was shown I had to clear a major piece of land for a friend of mine. And when I first checked it out, I went over there and I'm tracking, looking, and all of a sudden I saw White Walkers. So I netted the whole area because we don't want those to get loose. Net White Walkers, these are not, don't belong in this time space dimension. We went in, David and I, my accelerator David and I went in, we were on the phone together. So we did this massive clearing on the land together, but we went down massively far, far, far. But there was many wormholes, and all these wormholes had White Walkers. The thing with White Walkers is they don't belong in this dimension, and even beings that are on those astral planes where the White Walkers are, if the White Walker takes you, game over. You become a White Walker, which is the undead, which is you don't incarnate. Game over. Okay, this is not something to play around with, not something to take lightly. It was friggin' massive. There was hundreds of beings that presented. There was a Native American, he was Comanche, and he was on a painted pony, painted horse, and his name was Lightning Bear Claws. He showed me the name. Then I saw massive amounts. There were so many species, Native Americans. There were other beings that were coming. All these people were helping, coming in to help clear. But only David and I dealt with the White Walkers, simply because we can't risk anybody being taken by the White Walkers. They look, yeah, kind of. What? So they take you? No, they don't take you to the underworld. No, they turn you. They turn you, and once you're turned, you're not incarnating anymore. You're stuck in that frequency. So the only thing that really destroys them is the light. That's the only thing. So yeah, it was pretty intense, but pretty spectacular. Okay, let's see. What is that? Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. How can we? This isn't the right. Ooh, here's a good one. Okay, how can we work with crystals in the right way? Yeah, good thing. First, you always want to purify the crystals. There are different ways to do that. Some people put them out in the sun, but even that doesn't really do it. So clearing a crystal, because think about this, crystal's been holding energy for how many billions, millions of years, okay? It's been collecting, holding, being created, developed, so it's holding all this energy. If you want it to be pure, which you really do, you want it to be more, you want the frequency to be the vibration of whatever that particular crystal is, okay? Of course, there's hundreds of different kinds of crystals, okay? Stones, things of that nature, but they all have their own vibrational frequency, so you want that to be a pure vibrational frequency. So you can start purging and clearing out any foreign energies, anything that is not of that crystal, that is not of the vibration of that particular crystal. So you can start clearing that. If you know how to move energy, clear it out. I mean, you can actually hold the crystals, or the best way really is, I mean, I know some people put them in the sun, but you're still not getting the clearing that you really want. In order for that crystal to be the pure frequency of its own vibration of what it is, okay? So you want to clear it, and you can command it. You start releasing, clearing, holding the energy frequencies, hold that frequency, tune into the vibrational frequency of that particular crystal, and you can feel the tone of it, you can hear it, see the vibration of it, hear the vibration of it, and all you're doing is just like releasing whatever is not of that crystal, releasing that out, so that crystal becomes pure. Once it's pure, It's still all about the person using it, okay? But it's like you need to also know how to use it. What is it used for? Okay, so there's lots of material on that kind of thing. So if you're really interested in using crystals, working with crystals, then get some information. But clear your crystals. Yeah, that's reminding me of sometimes when there's different species like the Syrians and the Pleiadians and Nocturians, and there's a lot of different species, but those three in particular I actually will use sometimes. And I use the Syrians to use a crystal laser light surgery when I'm doing stuff like in the brains or going into finite levels. We'll use those kind of crystals to start moving and shifting, changing energy. All right, just a reminder, coming up in a half an hour, Too Broken to Be Fixed. Okay, hang on. Yeah, just really quickly. I've used it. I have a friend when I lived in Colorado who actually used it a lot. He always wore his. Yeah, so Shanghai actually has some good properties in it. Has some good stuff. It does help with the EMF emissions. It does lots of different things. That you can to work with electricity, things of that nature. So yeah, just doing a little bit of exploration with it. You want to get the good quality ones. There's some, you guys, as with everything, sometimes there's charlatan things out there that don't really work. They're just making money. Other things, they're reputable. So you go to the reputable ones. And it depends. Okay, everything crystals, no. Well, yes, okay, kind of like rocks, like the stone peoples. This is why Native Americans, when you think about it, if you know anything about them, my grandmother was Native American, but like even this, the tree people, the rock people, all these beings, because there is consciousness in everything. Okay, it may not be like a communication like we're talking to a human, but again, like if you're dealing with plants or even stones or crystals or whatever, there is a vibrational frequency of awareness, because everything has awareness, because everything is made out of the flower of life. Everything comes from that, and that does have consciousness. It does have awareness. All right, everyone. So I'm going to head out. Hope to see some of you at the Too Broken to Be Fixed in half an hour. Should be a good one. And again, I remember when I felt like I was too broken. That was not anymore, but it was no fun. All right, everyone. Later.